What's up, guys? This is Jakob. I'm Content AI Manager and I'm helping entrepreneurs around the world with their content strategy. I'm using AI technology to create content for you, for your business, so that you can scale and be more visible. Welcome to a new episode of the Web3 live show. I'm the host of the show, and today I'm speaking with Sebastian Syperek, who is an experienced user researcher, and he is highly experienced also in the UX area, and he made a survey about cryptocurrency. So we all know cryptocurrency is very important when it comes to Web3, and therefore I said, okay, we have to talk. We have to do a live session together, and welcome, Sebastian. How are you doing?
Good morning, Jakob. Yeah, the pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
As you said, I'm an experienced user researcher on the one hand, but I'm highly interested in crypto and NFTs and Web3 and so on. And yeah, that's the reason I thought it would be valuable to talk to you. And another reason is that we did a study recently on cryptocurrency adoption here in Germany, but we are planning also to roll it out to other countries like USA and so on. Yeah, and the main reason was that I was personally curious about the status of cryptocurrency adoption in the general population. And yeah, as I'm a market and user researcher, of course, I have the instruments to make such a survey. And I found a partner with Jan from a panel provider from Dynata. And we also had a slot at an Insights event last month. And yeah, that was the chance to present this first wave of our so-called Consumer Crypto Barometer study.
Yeah. So can you maybe talk a little bit about the method? So how did you organize it? Were it a qualitative study? So did you make interviews with people, or how was the approach?
Yeah, so actually this one was not a qualitative one. Of course, we had qualitative insights from the time before, and I'm also personally in contact with many people in mastermind groups and so on. So I felt that I can write a questionnaire for a quant study on my own. And this one was a really big sample with 3,000 respondents from the panel.
It was from Germany, right?
From Germany. Just Germany. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, really online representative according to age groups, gender, and so on. And yeah, we wanted to also have non-users of crypto to see what are motivations against and pro crypto. And in the end, amongst the 3,000 respondents, we found 636 users of cryptocurrencies. We defined it as you at least once traded crypto. So you bought it or you sold it. That is a crypto user. And yeah, 636 out of 3,000. That is something about 20%. And we are planning to measure this percentage over time and to see how it goes up in the next months and years. The survey period was in March. We did it in this panel from Dynata. Dynata has panels all over the world, so should not be a problem to do it also in the States and in China and so on. And I think we will do that in the next month, and then we will have even more interesting data. And what's more interesting about the study, we did not only talk about Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, but we extended the scope to other topics like DeFi, decentralized finance, NFTs, Web3, and Metaverse. For all the categories, we asked about the awareness. So are people aware of this topic, and can they explain that, in their own words, what it means?
Yeah.
And also for example, for NFTs, we simply asked, did you buy one in the recent month or years? Yeah. And
okay. Hold on. Already a lot of information. That's awesome. So So how about the awareness? So I'm just curious. So metaverse, NFTs, so these are already very big topics. And so how is the awareness when it comes to Germany? So in based on this study?
Yeah,
Not number. Yeah, sorry.
You've seen the study maybe some weeks ago. I don't know if you remember, but if you would, I would tell you to say a number. What would you think is the percentage of aware of?
Yeah,
crypto?
I would say for crypto, I think it would be higher than on metaverse. So I looked in the study honestly, but I honestly forgot the numbers. So I would say crypto is higher awareness than compared with NFTs and metaverse. So crypto, I would say 25% or something, or 30%.
We had a scale with 4 points. So one is
4 points.
Yeah, you have not heard yet about cryptocurrencies at all. That is 9%. Then, of course, there's a big bucket of people who have a rough idea but don't really know what is meant by it. That is almost 50%, so not 49%. And the rest is, of course, is then 42%, of which 26% say they have a pretty good idea, and 16% say they know exactly what is meant by it. Of course, we have not proven that, but they say it. So yeah, 35 is not so far from 42. So that's the number for Germany.
Yeah, interesting. So, but the numbers compared with NFTs or something are more little, right?
Yeah, so I have to go to the respective slide for NFTs, but of course we also have numbers for that. Yeah, familiarity and ownership of NFTs. So 54% of all respondents, so it's always the 3,000 people, have never heard of NFTs so far. Among cryptocurrency users, the figure is only 16%. So there's also, of course, a big overlap. 29% have a rough idea about NFTs. 15% say they know what that means, but they have not used it or not own one. And 2% of the 3,000 say they own at least one NFT. And we ask, of course, also an open-ended question: what is it? And so most people mentioned a real NFT. Like I don't think anybody bought a Bored Ape, but there were some things that actually exist in the open-ended answers.
Yeah, it's interesting when I ask. I mean, I'm also a Taekwondo coach, and then I just try, because there are younger people, there are older people, and I just ask, okay, do you know what an NFT is? Just curious, and everybody's looking at me, what NFT? And just one woman said, yeah, the stuff for artists, right? So that's the thing that they associate with NFTs, these artist stuff who paint their things in digital form. That's what they resonate.
I had a lot of fun reading the answers, by the way. So because there was, for example, somebody who mentioned that is just another way of wasting your money.
That's cool. Okay, cool. So maybe, I mean, we have the numbers, but can you describe yourself? So if you tell somebody what is a cryptocurrency, because we still have people who really don't know what it is. Can you describe it in your own words? How would you describe a cryptocurrency to somebody who never heard of it before?
Yeah, let me try it. So it's not always easy. So this morning at breakfast here in the local cafe, I had this situation actually, and so I left some question marks, even if I tried. So for me, it's a digital currency, definitely. It's backed up by a computer network, so it's in most cases not reliant on central authorities such as governments or banks. And the database behind it's based on cryptography. and that is mainly used to secure the transaction records, to see who's buying and selling to whom. And then there are different subtypes of the currencies, of course, and also different methods how to generate it. Like I would maybe tell for Bitcoin, it's this proof of work model where you have people with computers who are solving very complicated operations to find new blocks on the blockchain where the cryptocurrency is based on, and then they get a reward, and that is the machine behind it to have the network running for the cryptocurrencies. But maybe, and that's changing at the moment, because you have exchanges since some years, like also, for example, Bitpanda, where you can also buy traditional stock derivatives or other stuff, also metals and everything based on derivatives. And in that case, it's not really different, I think, to a user if he uses it for stock buying or cryptocurrency. So that's maybe an easier way to explain it. It's a new asset class, and also in terms of ROI, it has better chances, but also, of course, a lot of volatility. That's the downside, of course, as we all saw in the last days, especially.
Yeah, that's true. Are you also investing in crypto?
I knew that you would ask me, so I would say on a moderate level, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I also try to buy some NFT with some gambling money. It's not really gaining in value at the moment, but yeah, it was interesting to buy some stuff.
Yeah. So which cryptocurrencies are you investing in?
It's mainly the two big ones. Like some years ago, I started, as most people, with Bitcoin, and I got to Ethereum. But from time to time, I also try other altcoins. Like some weeks ago, I also bought the ApeCoin.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I sold it with plus minus 0 because so I was too late in selling. I'm not so sure about the long time chances, but yeah, let's see how that goes.
Okay, yeah, very interesting. Can you maybe it makes more sense when you look, what is the main difference when you compare crypto with normal stocks? So or normal things to invest in. So when it comes to stocks, for example, the DAX, the Deutsche Aktienindex, or something like that. What is the main difference between between both?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, that is changing at the moment to a certain degree. I think for this new bank sector, like stocks based on derivatives are similar to cryptocurrencies, but traditional stocks, I mean, there are some important differences. It's about the systems, how you own it and buy it. So in the older days of crypto, there were no exchanges like central exchanges like Binance or so, where you could buy it and sell it. But it was really based on complicated technology, and you had a ledger that was offline at home. And so I think the hurdles have gone down over the last years. So, but that is still a difference. And for many people, especially from the older age groups, it still seems to be too complicated. The ownership with cryptocurrencies, if you use the ledger in an offline mode, for example, it's the advantage to be anonymous. So you cannot really be tracked. It's like, on the one hand, you have custodian and non-custodian, and you can also use a non-custodian. And that is something that is not possible with traditional stocks, that they always have the bank. Volatility is a topic, especially it was in the past, like for crypto, a crash, so-called crash or downside of 50% can be normal, which is or was in the past not so normal for stocks, except for the last weeks and months. So S&P 500, for example, also has really had a downside in the last time. So that's also coming closer between the two asset class. The trading hours, traditionally, you could also you could only trade the stock between Mondays and Fridays and the times where the exchanges were open. And crypto it could always be traded 24/7. But that's also converging with platforms like Bitpanda and so on, where you also can trade the derivatives at the weekend, for example. And then there's a big discussion if crypto can be help you against inflation, for example, because in terms of portfolio diversification. But I'm not really sure. So in the last time where inflation really went up, also crypto was highly correlated in the downside with stock markets. So it's a very new asset class still. The first one was founded Bitcoin in 2009, but it gets more familiar in the population and the maturity goes up also for crypto.
Yeah, interesting. So when I looked on the study, so there were a little some words that I already heard and to some degree also understand because they are coming from DeFi, so decentralized finance.
Yeah.
Where you have this idea of being your own bank. So this is the approach that you don't give your money to a bank and get some interest rates back after a while, but you can decide yourself. So what I'm going to do with with my money or with my crypto. So there are these terms: mining, lending, and staking. So mining, not especially for DeFi, but more lending and staking, right? So
there's also this liquidity mining, which always leads to confusion with the normal mining for Bitcoins, which I mentioned before. Liquidity mining is a little bit different. Let's start with that. So it's mainly about providing liquidity to decentralized exchanges. These decentralized exchanges can only work if liquidity is provided. So you also get some rewards if you provide it. But the difference, for example, to staking, which I will explain a little bit later, is that for liquidity mining, you always provide a pair of currencies. For example, I don't know, Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the condition there. But the model of the rewards is similar to staking. But we can start with lending maybe because that's quite easy to understand. It's very similar to traditional peer-to-peer lending, where you borrow money to other people who need it. But on a private, so to say, private platform, peer-to-peer. And
just to make a point, but I'm lending, so to say, my crypto, right? So I'm lending Bitcoin or Ethereum.
It's the same concept, but it's based on crypto. But that's almost the only difference. The rates there are within the one-digit percentage, so it's not very much, but it's quite reliable. And then you have staking, which normally has higher rates. Can be, I don't know, between 10 and up to 40% or so. And the concept is similar. You provide your coins. You let other systems, other people work with it. It is used in the so-called proof of stake algorithm. That's too complicated to explain it now, but it means you it's similar like borrowing other systems, and people can use it and you get rewards based on that. So for most people, it's only relevant that it's a chance in the crypto sector to earn additional money. Yeah. So DeFi, decentralized finance, from a user perspective, is mainly a way to earn additional cryptos, not only by buying at a lower price and selling at a higher price, but to hold it and use it with these new technologies like staking.
Yeah. What do you use? So are you staking your coins or your crypto?
Yeah, I'm staking my DeFi coins, which is also DeFi chain is a specialized cryptocurrency, which has quite high staking percentages. And yeah, I'm doing that. And it's a good way, especially in times where the cryptocurrency world is going down like these days, because you still get this percentage. And after sometimes it will go up again, and then also all staked rewards will go up.
Cool. And which platform do you use for staking or lending?
That's Cake DeFi. It's the
Cake
one.
DeFi by Julian Hosp.
Yeah, exactly. The one.
Yeah. I worked to some degree with Julian. He's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Working from Singapore.
I'm also in his group, and so I think he mostly knows me from playing chess, because I'm also a chess lover, and he is as well. And sometimes in our group, I'm organizing chess tournaments online, and several times he also streamed it on YouTube, and that was quite funny to play against him and have him making comments on YouTube live while playing chess.
Cool, awesome. Yeah, he's very active in that space. Yeah, he made also this event here in Hamburg where we met also.
Yeah, he was actually one of the persons that made me come to crypto. Not the first one, so I was invested before then, but then I found the videos on the YouTube channel, and it helped me a lot. Also, general working on my mindset and so on.
Yeah. So when it comes to Bitcoin and trading and stuff like that, there's always this discussion that you need the stick or something for security issues. Can you share your experience so that you have the Bitcoin also on the stick or something? Do you know what I mean? Or
yeah, I know what you mean. It's this very decentralized, so local offline process to so only what you have in your own home is really yours. So and even if the exchange so it has no money at all anymore, your Bitcoins are not gone and so on. I have a small part for rescue purposes, but most of the stuff I'm having on the exchanges.
Because okay.
Yeah, I can be quicker than to buy and sell stuff. That's important to me.
Okay, got it. Okay, makes sense. Cool. So one thing which more people, so no, not more people, fewer people are doing is currently. So, for example, Joe Policy, who's within the content marketing area, a very big person. Mm-hmm. He's building his own community and built his own coin. Do you know? So he started a new company and said, "Okay, I'm creating my own coin, the Tilt coin, and you can buy it. And in exchange for buying my coin, I'm giving you a monthly live call with me, strategy call, something, so that you give your community, when they do something or buy something from you, the coin, which is also over time growing. So you're buying the coin and also getting things out of this. So my question would be, do you know some of these cases, and what do you think about it? I mean, this is not a question that I gave you before, but maybe you have maybe you have some experience or heard something about this kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so I heard about this concept, but mainly in the context of NFTs, like
Okay.
yeah, also maybe for ApeCoin, that could be possible in the future, that if you hold a certain amount of ApeCoin, you can do this or that. Like you can, for example, buy a piece of land, which was 2 weeks ago or so.
Yes.
But I know that also from the sports sector, like Nike, where you can buy certain NFTs, like virtual shoes or something.
Yes.
You don't only have the shoes then forever, and it can also grow to a bigger amount of money in the future. But you have certain things additionally also in the offline world, like you can go to a certain stadium, to a VIP lounge, whatever, to certain events. I think that is especially for companies producing consumer goods like shoes, but maybe also other industries, a great option to combine the virtual world of NFTs and the offline world. And also for your guy, maybe it's it's an additional benefit for people to buy this coin, because so it's a win-win. You have a growing coin and you have monthly appointments with this guy. So cool concept.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So maybe let's jump into the correlation between Web3 and crypto. So where do you see what is exactly how are they related to each other? Why is it? We're on the Web3 live show, but we're speaking about crypto. Why is it important to speak about crypto in the Web3 context?
The very first reason is that I think crypto is really the main payment method in the Web3 or in metaverse context, and that will even grow in the future. Like with for example, the other side, metaverse, they told us that ApeCoin is a way to pay everything, and I think that will stay forever. And ApeCoin is a cryptocurrency. But that's just one example of many that will follow from my point of view. So that is definitely the one correlation. And another one is, when the metaverse discussions started, since I'm a little bit older, so I'm 45, my first question was, what is the difference to the thing we had 15 years ago or so, like the Second Life?
Second Life, yeah.
Yeah. And at first then I didn't want to really understand the difference, but of course one of the differences is that now that is based on blockchain, and that it is based on blockchain is something that is one-on-one in parallel with cryptocurrencies. So there certainly is a correlation, and cryptocurrencies will be the only virtual money for all these cases in Web3. So that's my point of view for that. But I'm not, up to now, not the biggest expert in Web3. So that is maybe not a professional view, but my own view, which I developed over the last month.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Maybe again back to crypto. Why do you think are people investing in crypto? So what's the main reason? Because they believe in the blockchain technology, or they believe in Web3? They want to earn money or some revenue back
That's
from
a great
what they.
question, because for this question I actually have a lot of data because in our study we also did a segmentation based on attitudes towards crypto, so pro crypto and against crypto. And what I did with 2,000 of the people out of the 3,000 was a factor analysis and then a cluster analysis, so really professional research methodologies. And I found 5 factors. And the first big factor is the repro factor. I call it normally the gold rush factor. So it's that people see the chance to make really big money. And another thing is that they see a chance that they consider other generations before them did not have. And also they see it as a fair chance for almost everyone to get to wealth. So that is a really important set of drivers, I think. And on the other hand, there's this early days crypto factor, like to become independent from banks and governments, like the freedom factor. But that's all in the same factor. That's a pro factor for crypto. And I also call it the enthusiastic factor. And then we have three smaller factors, primarily against crypto. The first one is the old bad image factor, mostly from the old days of crypto, meaning that crypto is only for criminals and money laundering.
Yeah, drug dealers.
Yeah, that's quite the old one. You can even see that in the media, that most media today don't focus on that anymore, but on the green factor. So there was recently a lot of stuff in the traditional media showing the large energy consumption of Bitcoin and other environmental aspects. So that's the second factor against. And the third factor is mainly a factor of insecurity, because some people are simply not sure about the intrinsic value of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. And since there is no physical store of value at all, which is interestingly the same for fiat money, but anyways, they have the latent fear that Bitcoin or other kind of currencies could fall down to a value of zero. So three smaller factors against. And then there's one last thing, and that's also very important to me. It's about regulation, because that is really a bipolar factor. Regulation is, even for crypto enthusiasts, a curse and a blessing at the same time. On the one hand, people fear that regulation can lead to an environment where it gets much harder to trade Bitcoins, leading to a share of less people investing in Bitcoin at all. And on the other hand, they really think that regulation can be a good thing, because it can have very much to come to a higher level of maturity. And then in the end also stimulate institutionals, companies like MicroStrategy and others, to invest in Bitcoin. And that, of course, can lead to a much higher price in the next years. To sum it up, the 5 factors are used for cluster analysis, and I allocated each of the 2,000 respondents to one of the 5 clusters. And the crypto enthusiasts, they have a share of 23% overall. Then you have a group of skeptical followers who are already investors, but more traditional ones. That's 25%. Then you have 2 rejector groups, like one is the unsecure criminal image rejectors. It's only 10%, so quite a small group. And really a strict rejectors group because of the green image. It's around 20%, and they are almost completely against crypto. And then, of course, as always, a group of people with very little knowledge about crypto, 23%. Some of them could be followers in the future, but they have really to be educated. We use that to predict even the growing share. So at the moment, you remember from the beginning, maybe we have 21% people using crypto, and from these numbers, we can predict quite accurately that it will grow to 27% in the next 6 to 12 months. That is 25 to 30% growth. And using the segmentation based on attitudes, you have a much more accurate prediction than just asking people. No, you have seen all my research stuff that I'm using every day also for other things.
Yeah, awesome. So to the aspect of green, so environmental issues. So how do you see it? So is it really that crypto is bad for the environment in your opinion, or is it a too broad question. I don't know. So how do you think about it?
I have my personal view on it. Definitely, I can see that. Of course, the miners, everyone would do that. Go to countries where energy is not expensive at all, and in most cases, that it means that it comes from coal and other dirty technologies. But on the other hand, so the one thing is that can change to better environmental technologies like water or solar or whatever.
Solar. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, the thing is that you need this large amount of energy to have the security of the network. If you wouldn't have it, for example, if you wouldn't have the proof of work algorithm and only proof of stake, which is much greener, but that would lead to a much more insecure network. And that is something that also nobody wants. So I think the only solution is to get to clever technologies that are much greener and not go away from Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies, but to find ways how to solve that. That's my personal opinion about it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for sharing. Really interesting. So if people want to get this study, where should they go, Sebastian?
Yeah, so the easiest way is always to contact me on LinkedIn under my first name and last name. And yeah, I'm really happy to send the slide deck to you and to discuss further questions. And also if you have another question in this context, we could add it in one of the next surveys or generate new ones. Also in other countries, yeah. So I'm quite open to that from the content perspective, but also from the methodology perspective.
Yeah. I would love to see a global or international study, because I think in every society it's a minority of people who think about crypto or trading, using it and seeing but you could also take it for Web3 or metaverse. It's a minority of people who are using it. It's like it's a small club, a very private VIP club of people. Not that many, but yeah, that would be interesting to see it on an international level, to speak about and see results. That would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm also aware that the States would be by far the most important country to do that.
Definitely.
Especially since China has forbidden the mining and so on, every miner went to the States. And yeah, as with other topics before, like the internet, now it's again the same, that the States are really the leaders in this topic.
Yeah, the US, always. I'm also looking for the trends from the US, so that's the reason why I produce in English. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I'm really curious about the feedback from globally for this.
Yeah, cool. So thanks for your time. It was really cool. Is there something that you want to add? Something to share?
No, I think
some last statement?
The moment. So contact me on LinkedIn. I'm almost living there, and I have really short response times, and I'm curious about your questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, cool. So if you're interested in cryptocurrency, make sure that you contact Sebastian. Go to LinkedIn and just DM him. He's very chatty. That's what I experienced in the past. That's how we get in contact. So yeah, that was our Web3 live show for today. If there are any questions, just let us know and in the comment section. And see you next time. Thank you, Sebastian, for your time. And yeah, hope to read another study, an international study about crypto from you soon. Thank you.
For sure. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye.